basically what we do is we come up with creative processes to help people think together and solve problems together in their work. We've had a few very aha moment and rewarding experiences with many clients, but there's particularly one that we felt like our creative thinking and innovative thinking was at its epitome during that stage. And it was a governmental organization, which is, usually you think government, you think rigid, bureaucratic, right? So what happened is a third-party international institution that works in the field of education has been working with our public schools and Ministry of Education for quite a while now, since the Syrian refugee crisis in Lebanon and Syrian refugee children entering public schools and needing support. And our public schooling system has not been doing well at all in the past few years because of the situation Lebanon is in. And so she approached us and said, we want to design a program for a governmental institution that works on the curricula and the vision of the education sector and stuff like that, to come up with a vision and a mission and a few strategic objectives for the next 5 years. But we don't want to do it the traditional way. We don't want the consultant to come, PowerPoint, death by PowerPoint, and people working but not really owning what they're doing, don't feel a sense of ownership over what they produce, because they had done that so many times in the past, and it ends up ink on paper and nothing happens. And they wanted to be very collaborative. Okay, they wanted to involve all the stakeholders in that center, which were around 77 people, to come up with the vision and the mission and the strategic objectives for the center. So we're like, okay, great challenge. And I stumbled upon reading about Lego and their method called Serious Play. So Lego as a company has a consulting department that works with organizations and companies and corporate to do something similar to what we do. Maybe we are doing something similar to what they do. They're a very big company, which is basically based on the idea that if you move your hands, you move your mind, because there's an intimate connection between our hands and our brain. So we thought, this is a great approach to getting groups of people sitting and brainstorming together while doing it in an unconventional way and having fun and being playful. So we thought, let's use Lego, but Lego is so expensive. And we thought if we had to buy Lego for 77 people in Lebanon, we're going to have to go hunting for Lego. It's available, but it's going to be so expensive themselves. And we thought, you know what? Instead of Lego, we're going to curate pencil cases with some stationery in them that like from pins and tacks and rubber bands and stuff like that. We curated them, put them in there, and we used them instead of Lego. And it was more consistent with the theme of education. And once we did that, it went so well. We looked at these government bureaucrats, some of them like PhDs and with big job titles. They were building stuff together and showing pride about what they're building. There's the anxiety because there's a lot of ambiguity again, and you have to learn how to deal with it because you don't have solutions for everything, and we custom make everything all the time because we deal with people. We're not dealing with machines. And every organization has its identity, its life, its specificities. And so we can't just take a program and just parachute it into another organization. We sometimes scrap everything we know and come up with things from zero. And so there is anxiety, but we enjoy it, and we've found out how to be playful so that we can tolerate the unknown until good ideas come up.